welcome you all here to our collective calls. Let's waste no time and present our hosts as myself, Ivan, and Malika. Probably know we hold such calls every week on Thursday and Tuesday as well. And I'd like to present our amazing speakers to present their pitch deck, share some ideas, discuss things, etc. So we've got Aliaksandr representing a project called Tradefulness AI. Then we got Karym from CalmMe, and Ehsan, I believe, co-founder at Functionland. It was really a great idea to hear you all out, guys, to chat with you. And for that, we have special requirements. Just to remind you guys, we got 5 minutes for the pitch part and 10 minutes, roughly 10 minutes for Q&A. So we got questions and answers. And so what else? For your convenience, we'll add a timer to just keep track of time. And let's be just respectful, professional, ask questions, and don't be shy. Just raise your hand or put your questions in the chat box. We'll read it all out loud. So thanks for joining again. Let's start.
Hello again. I'm happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me. So we are working on Tradefulness. It's a helper based on AI to help traders to control their emotional state and their discipline during trading. Okay, so why we started to do this? Because a lot of traders feel anxiety, feel stress, and because of that they lose their deposits and they lose their interest to the trading as the result. And here is the result one of the researchers that prove our idea, that prove our hypothesis. We also provided our own CASDEV research, and we also received answer that the majority of traders, they need some instrument to cope with emotions during trading sessions, and they want an instrument to grow their discipline of their trading activity. And that's why we created Tradefulness. It's a kind of as of now, it's a real-time chat with a number of practices. With it will be a simple journal in a month, and it will be a kind of supportive system for every trader who feel some problems with the emotional state during the trading sessions. Why now? Because it wasn't possible to do this maybe 2 years ago, because the level of the AI development was really low, but now it's possible. And here is an AI boost, right? An AI hype in this field. So you see that crypto market is in the late spring, and every one of us, we are waiting for the summer. And also the focus on the mental health problems is really high, and a lot of mental health startups are in the Silicon Valley. And myself, I'm a psychologist, and so I understand how important it is. So here is the list of the features when the product will be absolutely prepared and done. And as of now, we have an alpha version. It is released. It's possible to use it. This alpha version includes a working AI model with a chat. It's human-like speaking model, right? Test model. Also, we have speech-to-text and text-to-speech engines. Why did we do those engines? Because we believe that for users it's impossible to speak with the model as with a human. And we also have now a number of practices and the possibility to upload files, to analyze them, to discuss them, and so on. For example, graphs or some other information. And as of now, we have about 30 or 40 users, active users. So also we are speaking with our users, and here are some insights from users. So a lot of users, they want predictions. They want to have predictions for sure. They want to know what will be the price of Bitcoin. but we will give them some predictions on what will be the result if they behave in this manner or in other manner. And the second insight that actually only fundamentals can help users to succeed in trading, but it's not true. And the majority of traders, they do not believe that. They even don't know that the core is in psychology. Here is our team. So, for example, Andrei Milkovich, he was a general manager of the big forex company Teletrade in the past. Me, I have a huge background in crypto since 2017. So we have a sustainable business model, both B2B and B2C. B2C is subscription model. B2B is a different model. So, and now we are in negotiations with two companies to cooperate in B2B field. So here is some data about the possible market. Speaking about the competition area, so only us, we are making the focus on psychology. We have some direct competitors, but they also focus on some other things. Okay, we are planning to organize a trading conference, and here is our requirements on the investment. So we are gathering proceed round. Yeah, it's pretty much okay, and all the other information I will give you while answering the questions.
Okay, while we're waiting, maybe I'll be the first one asking questions. So could you share with us in terms. Could you tell us more about your future plans and how do you plan to develop the platform? What are the next steps? Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this question. So we understood that we need to launch monetization, and it will be launched in October. We need to test the hypothesis that the users will pay for it, because now the platform is in an alpha stage, and all the users, they are free users. And so we will introduce the monetization in October, and also we will launch journaling in late October, early November. After this, we are planning to concentrate on improving of user experience, and also speaking about our plans near the product, maybe within the Tradefulness ecosystem. We are planning to organize in the early 2025 the big conference in the field of trading psychology. It will be the first trading psychology conference ever, because there is a list of the trading conferences, but no one makes the exact focus only on the trading psychology problems.
Okay, got it. Wish you best of luck with that. And yeah, we got a raised hand and also a question. So yeah, let's start off with a raised hand. So yeah, we will go ahead.
Okay. So I have two questions out here. The number one is, the example which has been started with a particular country. But if you look at the different countries, the stress and the emotional are completely different in comparison to, okay, I can have stress for money, but somebody can have stress for the family, and the third one can have stress for the society. So these are the three different fundamentals basically altogether, and it comes in a very different way. So how your software, this software, Tradefulness, is going to solve or resolve this problem, which is like cross geographic, or it will be just specific to one country only?
No, actually we're planning to go worldwide. Speaking about the countries we will begin, it will be European Union countries and South and Southeast Asia. Speaking about the particularly differences in emotions, I wouldn't say that actually. So the culture differs from country to country, but the emotion and the, for example, body reaction to some events and to some emotion, they are pretty similar. And you provided us with a great example. Different people could have stress because of different reasons. For example, some trader is anxious because of his trading activities. For other trader, it's because of the difficult relations with his wife. And the third trader, he is for example, in a war zone, and he's absolutely and forever stressful because of war. For us and for the trading activity, the difference is not really large, because if the trader is feeling stress, so it will influence and it will impact his trading activity. Yeah, and for us, so it's important to make him stable and to help him to cope with difficult emotions, no matter what is the origin of these emotions. So our practices, for example, meditations now, our other practices, our recommendations will be also it's possible to move them in the ordinary life. And the principle we are promoting with the help of our advisors and ambassadors, so that it's important to structurize your life just to try to trade consciously and successfully, for sure. So it's very connected and linked fields.
So, okay, this is something which is we need to understand very clearly. The example you have given out there, every example has its own, impact. Some can be in the form of fear, some can be in the form of something else. That is very different human nature and the human behavior according to their experiences and the situations around. And if somebody has to cater that requirement, it requires a large learning model. Basically, it has to have that kind of in-depth knowledge, to have like so many people from the war zone, or so many people from the different. Okay, look, let me give an example. For a child, the value in certain part of world after a particular age is completely different, and at the same time the values are completely different in the other part of the world. Let me give an example out here. In India, the child is dependent until and unless they get their first job. But at the same time, in US, child is independent as soon as they turn like 18 or so. Huge difference. Right. Look at the mental pressure of the parents, and parent can be a trader.
Yeah.
So this is geographically different and the culturally different aspect which we are talking here.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. So there are some cultural differences between countries, and it's clear. Yeah, but speaking about trading fields, so the main goal of trading, so, and everybody you may agree with it, that the main goal is of trading is to earn money, right? To make money. And this is a very good limitation that could structurize different users from different countries and their needs. So actually, the main need of trader to remain stable, to have some fundamental knowledges, and to earn more money because of trading. And you mentioned that fear is different from, for example, anxiety and so on. Yeah, different emotions, they are different for sure. Yeah, but the ways how to structurize it, the ways how to cope with them, they are clear. So there is a cognitive behavioral therapy with the good methods of emotions management, different practices. It's possible to manage it. Yeah, it's important to know the culture, because, for example, I was working with Japanese guys. They are absolutely different from, for example, German guys. Yeah, but it's important to understand. But the general approach. So our plan is to go with general approach and adapt it to each culture.
We've got a question in the chat, so here goes. What differs you from other like bots and websites with the same functionality?
Yeah, actually, as I mentioned before, so here is this slide. So yeah, there is a number of competitors. Yeah, only ours. We are focusing on the emotional state of people, and yeah, that's our main focus. And the second focus in the next year, we will implement the feature of getting information from wearable devices. I mean, smartwatches, smart rings, and all the other field. And in this case, we will receive the information about the emotional state of users directly from these devices in the real time. So it will be a kind of advantage that nobody has at this market.
Okay, thanks. And by the way, a little short question for me. How do you plan to make the app like addictive, usable, targeting the mass user maybe, or you are concentrating on some kind of niche?
Yeah, so we are focusing on not on a newbie traders. So our main focus is working with traders with some experience, for example, experience of trading starting from 3 months. How we are planning to obtain them. So here is some of our plans. So go-to-market strategy. But to be fair, so we are searching for the model because we don't have it now, and we are working with users. We are trying to understand what exactly they want and need, and after that we will scale. After we find the right approach, we will scale it because we don't have it now.
Okay, gotcha. And yeah, guys, if you want to contact Aliaksandr, just feel free to look in the chat and search for his Telegram handle and the website. So all the necessary information is there. And yeah, I think that's all time we have here for the first speaker for the Q&A section. So thanks, Aliaksandr. Wish you best of luck with that. And yeah, let's move on. And we've got another speaker. The second one is going to be Karym, I believe, CalmMe project. So yeah, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, hey everyone. Well, my name is Karym. I'm founder and the CEO of CalmMe. CalmMe is, I wouldn't say the revolutionary app, but the type of the application that allows us as the founders and customers to access the good stuff via the viral mechanics that we are facing this particular stage on in the Tron ecosystem. The challenge and the problem that we faced, like I was looking for and browsing the Tron ecosystem for a while already, and was looking for the options to enter this market. However, like didn't find some sort of a unique opportunity to go there. Well, there are a lot of tools out there that would help you to do this, help you to do that, assistance, etc., etc., etc. But everyone forgets about the mental side of the statements, and that's what my colleague from the previous speech said. But he's more niche type of. He has more niche instrument rather than us, but we are targeting the retail itself. So the problem is known. Like everybody out here on the market are quite stressful, quite stressful, and the market itself is stressful. And the more we go into the optimization of the stuff, the digitalization of the stuff, the more sort of anxiety that we have for the regular users. And that's how the idea of the CalmMe raised up. So what we do is we enter in the retail market by the known narrative at this particular stage and the fun methods that we have also at this particular stage on the market. But also having in the phases in the roadmap those valuable tools that would be implemented to the customers and that would bring the real value to the customer, except for the fun stuff that we have in the application itself at this particular stage. The team that we have is pretty small. Like we all the friends and we like the idea. what we're doing. We have a pretty solid background in the Web2, Web3 e-commerce. Like me personally, I've built the decentralized exchanges, centralized exchanges, a couple of them, to be honest. And for a couple of regions, I've worked in the Web3 startups, Web3 solid type of companies with 1,000+ employees on board, etc., etc., etc. So I hope we know what we're doing. The key differentials that we have from the other competitors are that we have our own calm to earn strategy that allows customers to have fun and earn while actually having some solid stuff in the application that resolves their pains and issues and anxiety that they have. We are bridging the gap in terms of the mental wellness, because at the current stage, the applications that you can see on the market are pretty pricey in terms of like the entering the real valuable information that they can provide you with, because you have a premium type of a model, free trial, and then you have to pay some amount of money. It depends really on the market and on the application in order to achieve more and more valuable information. We have as I said, own mechanics that would allow you to get to the final result, which is the inner peace. And of course, we are looking more of a community support and the community, the direct communication within the users that we already have in the application. This is the market size. Like obviously, the mental wellness market is huge. I can share these numbers a bit further, and these are the phases that we observe at this particular stage. We've already accomplished the phase 1. The phase 2 is actually bringing more customers into the application via giving them more interesting mechanics and information into the application. Phase 3 is actually bringing the solid gameplay type of mechanics into our application, where users can do some sort of a daily stuff in the application that would then give them an opportunity to earn our governance token. In addition to that, just the final phasing, that's it. In addition to that, our game would also be connected, as my previous colleague said, to our, let's say, affiliated application that would track your mental health, your emotional statement at this particular stage, and that would affect your results in the CalmMe itself application. So that's the high level description of what we are trying to achieve.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, we got a first question, by the way, from the chat. So what motivates users to keep using CalmMe regularly? Yeah, that's a good one.
Two mechanics. First of all is gamification of the process. That's the most important when you enter in the retail market. That's what we see already in our application. We have a pretty nice traction in terms of our that's a good outcome to those efforts that we are pushing into the marketing, because like we're pushing almost zero, like close to nothing in terms of the marketing, and we see the how active our users are. We have 150k, a bit over than 150k users at this particular stage. We have a bit over 500,000 of the subscribers in the Telegram. Of course, not every of them is highly active, but we see the feedback from the customers that they really like what we're doing, and this just keeping in mind that we've just finished our first phase. So they like the idea, they like the positioning, and yeah, so this is the gamification, and we are going to be rolling out our first version of the in-app game just within the next 8 to 9 days. So that would allow us to anchor our customers even more. And second, which is pretty obvious, is the earning mechanics. When you allow customers to earn, of course, you have a good math. We've done a good math and calculations by allowing them to earn. We also earn on those partnerships that we have, as displayation, selling of the advanced content for those users who want to dive really deep into it. But yeah, the second important stuff is to give them something on the initial stages, so they are more involved into the process, and it looks like they are running for the money, but during this run you give them valuable information, and at the final stages they really earned. Like, that's a win-win. You earned as a business because you just shared a percentage of the revenue with the customer, to be honest, and to be frankly, that's the model that we all observe at this particular stage. And you also gave them an information, pretty valuable information, that with a high percentage of the probability would change their lives, because this information would be based on the practices that I've personally used in my life, my friends used, my wife used, my parents used. Like, that's already like tested on some amounts of people. So yeah, that's
What's the like initial idea and philosophy behind CalmMe? You can explain that shortly, in brief words, if you.
That based on my opinion. I'm personally from Ukraine. Thanks God, I'm now in Spain. I've faced the war. My wife was pregnant when the war started, and she gave birth in March, just like the hottest phase of the war. And living with that, you have this anxiety, you have all these horrible feelings, and I wanted to share something good with the people. As soon as I achieved this, I wouldn't call it peace, but I know how to work with the anxiety. So that's the idea behind it.
Yeah, I'm asking that because don't you think that, this earning mechanics a bit contradicting, the calmness philosophy? So would it be like more, say that calm to switch to, not to release an earning app, maybe just release an app store app, and without earning mechanics? But what made you go to Telegram apps and start building there?
The opportunity to be viral. That's why I said that this mechanic allows you to let users follow you or follow your application. And the goal right now, that's exactly what I'm trying to resolve at this particular stage, is to not give them the main thought as like, hey, I'm worrying about this stuff that I'm trying to earn in this application, but to give them like the breadcrumbs. I don't know how to compare it and with what to compare it, but to give them something during this road, so they do not feel like they were used or something like that, just like it happens with the other applications that we are observing on the market at this particular stage. As for the application itself in the like traditional stores like the App Store or Google Play market, yes, this is one of the phases that we would be having. But at this particular stage, I see no reason to do that, because that would not allow me to enter the market with some sort of a things that would allow me to get this audience with this application. That would be a standard application with the standard premium subscription or the trial, and then you pay as you go.
Okay, so that's just sort of the different targeting, and
exactly, yeah. So as soon as the target at this particular stage, if this is the step one, the step two is the traditional business. Let's say step one is to onboard as many customers as we have, and to show them that, hey, you can have fun. And with that fun, you can also improve yourself in terms of like the mental health. And I'm targeting just the anxiety. I'm targeting just the work with the anxiety. And then if you want to go to something more than these basic steps that already helped you, hey, this is our application. Let's say
just the part of the roadmap, part of the big plan. Okay, let's talk about the customer base. So how do you plan, what is your strategy to attract more users and expand your customer base?
First of all, these are the partnerships in the network, in the ecosystem that we have. Second of all, and I'm looking to have a highly motivated traffic rather than traffic that would just show you the numbers. That's first of all. Second of all are I wouldn't say solid PR, but PR, we have connections that would allow us to have those articles, mentionings on the reputable websites. That's second of all. And third of all is the KOLs. We are working on the, let's say, ambassador program, where the advantage for the early stage KOLs that would enter our application at this particular phase, so we can engage some other users that are not maybe in the Telegram ecosystem yet.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thanks, Karym, for your time. It was a pleasure hearing you out. Wish you best of luck with the app, and
thanks a lot,
and keeping your nerves calm. So yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, I would address this thing to anyone, I guess, in this room and maybe in this world, to just keep calm and stay. Yeah, let's waste no time. Third project for today, and what do we have here? We've got we got Ehsan. Do I pronounce that right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so yeah, this is the project called Functionland. So yeah, I think the speaker will tell you more about it.
So I'm Ehsan, founder of Functionland, where we are creating the world's largest user-based data ecosystem. And it started 3 years ago, where 900 people gave us their money, like $500,000, to solve one problem, and that was the central cloud. With central cloud, you have very high switching cost, which is actually recently called data gravity. It doesn't allow you to move between these central providers from Apple to Android, from Android to Microsoft. And the other thing is they have lack of transparency in both pricing and terms. So to solve the problem, we actually got that money. We also got the attention of big names such as Outlier Ventures, Techstars, Filecoin, partner with them to create a complex yet needed solution, which we call crowd storage. So the way it works is, right now I can give you a Windows installer you can install on your laptop, which rents the storage of your laptop. So you are earning from renting the storage of your laptop. In the back end, what happens is the protocol aggregates all these small shared spaces together, creating a large space from all the people's devices. And now, we have application libraries that application developers can create mobile native applications on top of this ecosystem, and users can use those apps to interact with their data. So a use case is, we created actually 2 apps ourselves, FX Photos and FX Files, which is an alternative to Google Photos, Apple Photos, and OneDrive. So you can go to Google Play or Apple Store, download these applications, and then start synchronizing the files that you have on your phone with this decentralized storage instead of with Google or Apple. So now the cost of storing data is actually half of what we pay to Google and Apple, and it has full privacy. Also, everything is totally encrypted, so no one has access to your data when someone is storing your data, right? But they don't have access to see your data. And everything is replicated. So we keep always a replication of 6 in the network. So if half of the network goes down for any reason, you still have access to your data. So everything that you get from the cloud, you can share your data. You can always access your data from anywhere. So it's basically anything you get on the cloud with full privacy at cheaper prices. To expand our user base beyond just crypto people, we also created a plug and play device because, most people, they prefer Apple TVs. They want to plug something and start using it. So this is our DeepIn node that we created to allow users to join with a few clicks through their phone. So you plug it to the internet. There is an application that you can use to set it up quickly, actually in a few clicks, and it becomes your home node. And right now it's running our own protocol, but we are also partnering with other protocols like Koi, Rocket Pool, other protocols, to use it for other blockchains that require nodes on the edge. So you can basically run anything on it, and we are expanding it to allow the users to select other protocols and basically earn other tokens as well. This is our node map. Actually, we have right now 1 node in every country, which is a huge milestone. So we are one of the most decentralized projects. All of these nodes are individually owned nodes and dedicated nodes. So only the hardwares that we have. Those who join with their laptops also add to this network, but this is the dedicated nodes that we have. And traction-wise, we saw substantial initial traction on the GitHub. We are in the top 3% of projects worldwide. We have reputable partners such as Protocol Labs and Dora Hacks, Filecoin, Parity. We raised in a crowdfunding campaign, as I mentioned, more than $500,000. Our apps are right now being downloaded and have more than 3,000 users. And we are expanding to other Web2 apps and Web3 projects as well. And the team itself has a very proven track record. Me and Kayvon, we both have more than 20 years of experience in software, hardware development. Masih is one of the core developers of Filecoin, and the rest of the team all have proven track records in marketing, tokenomics, graphics, design. And this is like the list of our advisors that we got onboarded, our investors actually. And for this round, we are aiming to raise $3 million. $1 million is hard committed, and the main goal is to onboard 5,000 new hardware users, 60,000 new software users to give us $14 million of revenue in the next 18 months, which makes us profitable. And that's like already the pipeline for onboarding these users are created.
And we already have a question from the chat. So here goes. How does Fula keeps the cost low compared to other cloud storages?
So for a central cloud provider like Google to provide a storage to you, they need to have first a very complex, expensive hardware to serve millions of users, firewalls, like hardware firewalls, coolants, a huge data center. So all these add to the cost of running a data center for Google. For us, it's just a very small, low power device on the corner of people's desks. The electricity cost of this device is less than $1 a month. It doesn't need any coolants. It doesn't need any firewall. You just put it at the corner of your desk. So the cost of running this device compared to a Google data center is very low. That's why it enables us to compete with like central providers at a very efficient rate. They can never actually compete in the terms of pricing. Also in terms of speed, they can't really compete because like no matter how many data centers AWS or Google create around the world to get closer to the user, they can't get as close as we are. We are inside people's homes. So for companies like Netflix, we can provide like the fastest download and upload speeds to the users, the cheapest price. So it's like a no-brainer. It's just a matter of time until we gain their trust, actually.
Okay, thanks. I think that answers the question. Yeah, guys, feel free to address more questions from the speaker. Okay, while you're waiting again, what is like the main business model of your project? So how do you plan to collect money? So is it somehow related to crypto? Because I didn't see that, I guess.
Yes. Okay. So here is what we created. So the protocol is decentralized file management that we created in partnership with Protocol Labs. It uses IPFS. Now, when people store the data, like those who provide the storage, they are rewarded you through the token. So when I want to store something on the network, what I do is I pay with my credit card, I purchase the storage. In the back end, the payment is converted to tokens, our tokens, and they get distributed to the storage providers who are storing my data. The other thing is when someone creates an application on top of the ecosystem, the application developer or the content creator, like if you create a video or something like an image, the content creator or application developers are also getting rewarded through the tokens when someone uses the app or watches that video. So the user actually pays in the back end, like two things, to the storage providers and to the application or content providers. But overall, the whole payment is less than, like paying for an app to the Google Cloud or Apple Cloud. So the token comes, like as a means of utility to support the chain, but, like it creates those transactions within the chain. For us, the model that you mentioned is two things. So the sales of the hardware is obviously like one source of revenue, but the recurring is 10% of transactions that happen within the chain from to developers to storage providers. 10% of those transactions go to the treasury of the blockchain, the Fula treasury. Then it is spent on network maintenance or marketing efforts like any other chain, basically.
Okay, got it. And I also have more questions, but still we got raised hand from Sahin. So go ahead.
Okay, so who are all your competitors in the market right now?
So right now there are other decentralized storage providers like Filecoin, it's the largest one. There are Storage, Sia, Arviv, but actually Filecoin is our investor too, our largest investor. But the main differentiator of us is we are focused on two things. First, consumers. So For like by consumers, I mean individuals providing storage to other individuals. For example, like Filecoin is mainly focused on data centers providing their extra space to other businesses, but we want like individual node owners to provide storage. The other is mobile native apps. For example, when you interact with Arweave ecosystem or storage ecosystem, what you do is you open a web browser in Chrome and you download and upload files through that like Chrome browser. We are focused on having mobile applications like the ones I showed, like FX files, FX photos, because that's the main way that we interact with our data. We are not opening a web browser, we are interacting through like Instagram, YouTube, Twitter apps. So that's the main way that the mainstream interacts with their data, and that's our focus.
Okay, got it. Just a question out here. So there are few companies which are coming into the market. Not today. They have some. They are having a couple of months or years already entered into the market, where they are providing a chip equivalent to the SIM of the mobile and can be fit into the mobile directly, and this will work as a validator node or the node basically. How do you see that competition is going to be there with you in the market future?
So it's not really a competition, because we are even talking to other deep-in projects, like Aether, to use their nodes to run our protocol. Like we are open to expanding our network, our protocol on other hardwares. So the more hardwares like that run our protocol, like even the ones that you mentioned, like if they run our protocol, they add to our nodes too. So it's like the deep-in that we have is actually part of the ecosystem, but the main goal is to have more nodes, either through our hardware or through other projects' hardwares. Like we are actually collaborating with them to expand.
Yeah, thanks for the question. And yeah, I think that will be the last one for today. This goes from the chat. So can users control their own data completely, like 100%?
That was the main goal that we created. So what happens is when you use one of our apps, whatever you like, the application start to synchronize your photos, for example. So anything that is on my phone gets encrypted through a private key that is created on my phone. It doesn't leave it. It's created right now from a MetaMask wallet, but it can be anything. Later we add even Google login. So you log in, the private key is created, then everything gets encrypted before leaving my phone. So anything on the network is encrypted, and I have the full control. So I can choose to who can access my data. If I want for example, part of my data to be accessed by my bank, I can allow them, but it will be me who specifically have to allow them to access the data. And I can expire their access whenever I want to.
Yeah, I think that's a cool concept. And just to make sure, how many plans do you offer, like in terms of the storage, like gigabytes or?
So, and I'm sorry, just one thing that also has the opportunity of monetizing the data. Like we are not doing it ourselves, but there are data union projects that work with the people's data to monetize it. Like when your bank accesses your data, they have to share the revenue with you too. So those are the collaborations that we also have in place. But in terms of the space, right now at this stage, we have more than 2 petabytes of storage, 2000 terabytes of storage, but it can be easily expanded to more because, like the nodes are there, like the more storage we need to add, they just, like the way that hardware works is these nodes come with 1 terabyte of storage. But you can easily plug your own USB disk to it, like whatever disk, not from us. Like you purchase a disk from Amazon, you plug it in and you expand the storage of your devices.
Wow, that looks cool. And yeah, how many users do you have so far?
So on the hardware node side, we have 1,000 storage providers. On the user side, app user side, we have 3,000 active users who are using our applications, but we are integrating with Web2 apps like Amaze File Manager, for example. They have 1 million users, and we are the only protocol on the decentralized way that we can support their use case. So after this integration, for example, we are opening up to 1 million of their users.
Wow, that's a neat.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Thank you. Yeah. Right. As I said, like there is no other protocol that can support mobile native apps, and that was like a big gap because like if you go to Google Play or App Store, the only Web3 apps that you see are probably wallet apps or some gaming apps. But apart from that, there is no real utility apps. And we focused from the beginning on supporting apps that can onboard these utility Web2 applications. So hopefully, like in near future, we are holding hackathons and grants in collaboration with Dora Hacks and Protocol Lab. So we want to onboard developers to create, like alternatives of Instagram, of Twitter, of YouTube, because we all know like Elon Musk, he speaks about freedom of speech on Twitter, but as long as these platforms are controlled by one central entity, it really can't be free. So the aim is to really bring that freedom of data to the world.
Yeah, I think that's a great concept you're building here. So yeah, Ehsan, I wish you best of luck with that. It was a pleasure hearing you out. And yeah, let's conclude today's meeting. I want to say huge thanks to you, firstly, Ehsan, and yeah, for all our other speakers, Aliaksandr, Karym, for being here, for sharing their ideas, time, and whatever. And yeah, let's see each other next week. So have a nice weekend. Thanks, Malika, as well, for being here. And yeah, guys, wish you best of luck.